Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all the honor, the praise, and glory unto Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua by Hashem, Achakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect scattered abroad. All right, this is the Brother Barbazar here with a lesson. And Lord willing, that's edifying. So, the title of this lesson will be, the Lord has given us the ultimate gift, right? Because, when you think about people having gifts or talents or things like that, you think of things, of the world, right? Carnal, right? You may think of, music, all right? A man being a great athlete, things like that, all right? Which, the Lord has given brothers them type of blessings as well, right? But, our ultimate blessing is, this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? The ultimate gift, we were given was faith, right? We were given that faith that was given down from, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, all right? And that's something that not everybody has, or not everybody, can obtain, all right? The faith, that the Lord has given us. All right, so let's get Revelation 1:3. It says, "Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand." Yeah, and you ain't gonna be able to do those things unless the Spirit of the Lord is dealing with you. Okay. Let me read that again. Revelation 1:3. "Blessed is he that readeth." Yeah, blessed is he that readeth. All right, even reading, not just reading, because of course you can read the Bible and not get understanding, right? Like the apostles always say, even if you read the Bible in chronological order from Genesis, to Revelation as a novel, right? I mean, you can understand certain things that happen within, the stories and things like that, but the full understanding you won't get it from reading the Bible like that. All right, the Lord has to open your mind, to that right understanding, right? And the Lord didn't give it to everybody. All right, scriptures going to many are called, but few are chosen. The elect. All right, when you think about the elect, it's dealing with a remnant. Okay, so a remnant has that gift, of faith. Okay. So let's go ahead and get the next precept. This is the book of Amos 3:7. It says, "Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets." All right. And no matter what, these devils do, to hide, the word of the Lord, all right, to hide, what was written in the Bible, all right, the Lord is going to reveal the secrets to the servants of prophets, all right, because the scriptures go into, there being that falling away first, all right, going into, we lose our heritage, we lose who we are as a people, we completely go off, we completely, live as like we're heathens, cut off from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? The scriptures go into how in the book of Hosea, the first chapter, how we were a no people, how we weren't a people, all right? But, there's a point in time where, we're going to wake up and come back to the Lord, starting with the elect, all right? But in order to do that, you have to have the gift of faith. You have to have the gift in order to, break down the scriptures. You have to have that discernment. All right, the Lord has to give you that discernment to understand what the scriptures mean. All right, and breaking them down, properly. Okay. So this is the book of Ephesians 2:8. It says, "For by grace are you saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh." You see? So faith, and every man is given his own measure, from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, but we know ultimately that, faith is a gift. Faith has to be given from you from on high, right? That's why no matter how many times you get on Jake, you may be, Jake go off, maybe a friend, family member, they know about the truth, they not taking it seriously. No matter how many times you correct them or tell them they going off, all right, that's ultimately the Lord, blocking that understanding from them. That's ultimately the Lord blinding them, right? Actually, let's get that. So this is the book of Romans 11:7. And it says, "What then Israel hath not obtained that which he Salakia. What then Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." All right. So, the Lord does the blinding, right? And the Lord chooses who he wants, to understand the truth. Okay, have the faith, have the fear of the Lord. All right. And that's one of the main problems our people have. They don't have the faith of the Lord. I mean, they don't have faith. All right. But they don't have the fear of the Lord as well. All right. It says, "What then Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for." Yeah. So you got to be seeking for the Lord. All right. In order for him to be dealing with you, constantly. All right. Staying on fire. Right. Staying doing the lessons, staying watching the brothers, staying, reading the Bible. All right. Because the Lord, he could take that gift away. You see, the apostles always going to, hide your talent under a napkin. Okay. If you lazy, you lukewarm, you being, slothful, eventually, you're going to be, fully out of the faith. All right. Fully out of the truth, and once that happens, you're done. All right. So then this is, Romans 11:7. It says, "What then Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded." All right. So and actually, just get that. This is the book of Sirach 20:32. "Necessary patience in seeking the Lord is better than he that leadeth his life without a guide." You see? So we have to have patience in seeking the Lord, no matter what we go through, going through our, trials of faith. All right. Trials and tribulations, and the Lord, he puts certain, of course, trials in front of us in order to test us, to see what we would do, test our integrity. All right. And ultimately, use that situation to rely on him to deliver us out of it, because you can't have the mindset that the Lord is not dealing with you because, you're going through a tough time, because, every brother's going through a tough time. Every brother's catching hell. Okay. At the end of the day, you got to view it as, we catching a healthy amount of hell, right? Because you got to view it as, this is the refining period. All right. And this is us being refined. All right. In order to Lord's will, receive salvation. And we know that, one of the things that, we have to, one of the things that we have to pass, right, is the hour of temptation. Okay, we can't take the C-hip. All right, because that's going to be the ultimate, temptation coming from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And it's a lot of people that's going to take it. Friends, family. All right, even people that said they weren't going to take it. A lot of Christians, because these anti-Christians, they say that the MOTB is the C-hip. Well, they'll still take it as well, because they don't have the faith. All right. They're going to think that they doing the right thing, but taking it because, it's going to save their family during that time, which, that's what's going to happen. All right. But we have to have the mindset of, no matter what the Lord puts in front of us, we just going to rely on our faith on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. But with that, I'd like to give all the honor and praise and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Bashim Rakak Wadash.